my child, can you give me just 2 minutes? Don't you know that at this very moment I am pouring out my love over you and surrounding you with my presence, my child? Just 2 hours ago, the heavens shook, and very few noticed it. On the surface, everything seemed normal, but in the spiritual realm something moved, something changed. Something was set in motion over your life. While many were asleep, I was speaking. While others ignored the signs, I was lining up paths, closing doors of destruction, and opening ways that no one will be able to shut. What happened 2 hours ago was not a coincidence. It was a direct intervention, a divine adjustment that stopped a plan of darkness from taking shape. There were forces that tried to rise against you, thoughts that wanted to discourage you, circumstances that tried to confuse your heart. But I came down with authority and said, "No further." I moved what you could not move. I stopped what you could not stop. I reversed what seemed unavoidable. It all happened quietly, without announcement, without you being aware of it, but it happened because I love you. Now I am calling you to wake up, to open your spiritual eyes. Not everything you face is natural. Not every battle can be seen. 2 hours ago I marked a difference in your destiny, a separation between what was and what will soon be. This movement in the heavens was a sign, a reminder that you are not alone, that your life is being watched over, protected, and defended. Get ready, because what has been released in your favor will begin to appear in the coming days. What happened 2 hours ago was greater than you can imagine. An attack coming against your mind was stopped before it reached your heart. A burden trying to fall on your spirit was removed before you could even feel it. I sent my angels to stand between you and what was trying to wear you down. You saw nothing, you heard nothing, but the spiritual world shook in your favor. You thought it was an ordinary day, but there was intense movement in the heavens. There were discussions about your name. There were decrees that were canceled and others that were established. I declared life where the enemy was trying to bring weariness. I declared clarity where he wanted to plant confusion. I declared progress where he wanted to push you backward. I sealed a door that will never be opened again. It was an entrance through which distress had tried to come in again and again, but today it was shut. I also opened a door that you have been waiting for a long time. Even though you cannot see it yet, it is already open in the spiritual realm, and what is open there will be revealed here. Do not doubt what I am doing. Even if you do not understand every move, every change, every unexpected turn, remember that I see more than you do and protect more than you can imagine. I am leading you away from paths that looked good but were never yours, and I am bringing you closer to what truly belongs to you. Stay alert. What has moved will mark the coming days with clear signs, sure confirmations, and a peace you will not be able to explain. What was set in motion 2 hours ago did not only change the course of your day, but it also opened a completely new season over your life. Do not let your natural eyes deceive you. What seems like stillness is actually a deep movement taking shape in the unseen. I am preparing your spirit for what is coming, because the revelations drawing near will shake the foundations of your understanding. Do not grow tired while you stay watchful, because I am positioning you to see things others will not see. There are mysteries that have been hidden for generations, truths that people could not understand, and now they are about to be revealed. You will see, you will know, and you will understand the depth of my wisdom and the greatness of my plan. Those who seek signs without faith will be left confused. But you, who seek me with a heart aligned with mine, will find clarity, understanding, and peace. Even now the heavens are opening in quiet but powerful ways. Do not ignore them. My messages do not always come wrapped in greatness. Sometimes they are hidden in simple things, in what seems ordinary. The unusual cry of a bird, the sudden stillness of the wind, unusual colors at sunrise or sunset. These things are not mere curiosities. Brothers and sisters, YouTube has demonetized this channel. Every video is now made at our own cost with zero ad revenue. Every script, edit, and upload is done by a real team serving this ministry with their time and skills, not for a paycheck, but out of love for God and for you. Without your support, continuing this work becomes incredibly difficult. If this ministry has brought value to your life, now is your chance to invest back and help keep the Word of God reaching the world. If these messages have ever moved you or strengthened your faith, please support us on Ko-Fi. Even a small gift goes a long way. The link is pinned in the comments. If you are watching on TV, open your phone camera and scan the QR code on screen. It takes you straight to our support page. Pray over it, and if God leads you, give. Thank you. They are the language of creation that I designed to speak to your spirit in a way that goes beyond human understanding. Pay attention. Listen with the ear of your spirit, and you will receive instructions for your path. The enemy will try to confuse you by sending thoughts of fear, distraction, and doubt. He will point to the chaos of the world and whisper that my hand is not there, that I have forgotten my children. Resist him. Recognize his lies. Remember that my spirit lives in you, that my word is your guide, and that no human or evil plan can succeed against what I have commanded. Your responsibility is to remain watchful. Do not drift away because of weariness. Pray without ceasing. Seek understanding. Ask me to open the eyes of your heart so you can discern the truth behind what the heavens reveal. Here are messages in the position of the stars, in the movement of the planets, in the cycles of nature. Messages meant for those who are ready to understand, receive, and act according to my will. I tell you now, the time of preparation is upon you. What you have seen is only the beginning. Greater revelations are coming, and you will have a part in the unfolding of my plan. Do not shrink back from what I have entrusted to you. Even if fear knocks at your door, even if the world presses against you, remember that I am with you. Do not underestimate what is happening around you. The movements you saw 2 hours ago were only an early sign of a greater awakening. I am training you to notice what others overlook, to feel the spiritual pulse of the time you are living in. You are not here by chance. You were placed strategically to discern, to listen, to prepare, and to warn others when the time comes. The enemy will try to convince you that nothing has changed, that everything is still the same, that your prayers have made no difference, but that is an illusion. I have already begun to move pieces that had been still for years. I am bringing people, connections, opportunities, and directions into alignment that will be essential to your purpose. What you did not see move forward for months will begin to move with unexpected speed, because the delay was not rejection but protection. My child, I have kept you from paths that would have worn you down, from partnerships that would have slowed your growth, from decisions that would have closed doors I still need to keep open. That is why I tell you, watch the coming days carefully. There will be signs that confirm what I spoke 2 hours ago. They will be small but deep. They will be gentle, but unmistakable. Keep your spirit awake. When you feel an uneasiness you cannot explain, stop. When you suddenly feel peace in the middle of a difficult thought, recognize that it is me. I am sharpening your awareness so you can tell the difference between my voice and the voices that try to confuse you. Do not be afraid if what is revealed in the world seems unstable. Instability is not a sign of defeat but of preparation. I am removing old structures, tearing down what was built without a foundation, and revealing what was hidden beneath layers of deception. In the middle of all this, I am making you stronger. I am teaching you to walk not by sight but by discernment, to trust not in the appearance of events but in the truth I reveal to you deep within. What began 2 hours ago is an announcement that your season of greater clarity is about to begin. What you witnessed 2 hours ago was only the first echo of something greater that is about to appear. I have been preparing you to understand signs that others ignore, to notice movements that seem insignificant but announce deep changes. Do not be intimidated by the mockery of those who do not believe. The unbelief of the world does not change my power, nor does the mockery of people lessen the truth of my sovereignty. My plans cannot be stopped. Stand firm. Keep your eyes on the heavens and your heart in my hands. The days ahead will require discernment. You will need to separate truth from lies, light from darkness, reality from illusion. I will guide you step by step, thought by thought, decision by decision. But you must stay alert, because the enemy is cunning and will try to lead astray those who are not watchful. Listen to my voice and not to the voices that spread confusion. Hold tightly to my word, because it is a lamp for your feet and a light for your path. Even now, as I speak to you, I am preparing places of safety for your protection. I am opening some doors, closing others, and directing your steps so you can safely pass through the storms that are coming. Trust me, even when the path does not seem clear. What I am arranging is beyond human understanding, but it is perfect and meant for your good. You will see events that will surprise many, but you will know that the hand of the Most High is at work. Nations will tremble, leaders will be shaken, and the plans of people will be interrupted. But you will remain firm because your foundation is in me. Do not fear what is coming, because I have already gone before you. Do not question the signs. They are not random. They are a language of divine instruction. Be diligent, stay watchful, pray without ceasing. Be a witness to the signs, a bearer of light in a world growing darker. I have chosen you to see what others do not see, to understand what others ignore, and to act when others are paralyzed by fear. Your obedience will open paths of blessing for you and for many who still do not know my truth. Remember that even in the middle of mystery there is joy. Even if the heavens shake and the earth trembles, my peace remains with you, a peace that goes beyond all understanding. Smile not because the world is safe, but because I am with you. Rejoice not because there are no trials, but because my Spirit is with you, strengthening you, guiding you, and protecting you. The time is urgent. Prepare your heart, strengthen your faith, and sharpen your discernment. Watch the heavens, pay attention to the signs, and understand the message I am sending you. Speak my truth with courage, act with confidence, and do not let fear or the distractions of the world lead you away. Listen carefully to what comes next, to what I am about to reveal to you. It flows from realms your eyes cannot see, yet they influence every part of your life. The events taking place above are not distant happenings. They are movements reflected on the earth, shaping destinies, changing atmospheres, and affecting the course of human history. What happens above is connected to what happens below. See everything as one woven fabric joining spirit, matter, time, and eternity. Do not look at the heavens as only a beautiful canvas. They are signs, warnings, and declarations of my purposes. Every movement above creates an echo below, and every echo on the earth matches something moving in the higher realms. I tell you this so you will not walk blindly. Too many people live unaware of the spiritual currents that influence their thoughts, decisions, and seasons. They look at the sky and see only colors. But you must learn to see with eyes of revelation. You must understand that the heavens are the place where spiritual realities appear before they touch the earth. Nothing begins on the earth without first moving in the unseen realm. Every step forward, every battle, every unexpected change begins in higher places. When the heavens move, The earth responds. That is why I call you to stay alert, because what moved in the heavens 2 hours ago has already begun to change the path ahead of you. It was not just a spiritual event. It was an adjustment in your destiny, a deep realignment that will affect decisions, relationships, and opportunities. Some things that once seemed solid will begin to shake, not to destroy you, but to reveal what belongs to your purpose and what must leave your life. When you see sudden changes, do not be troubled. When a door closes without explanation, remember that I first closed what was never meant to reach you. When a person walks away, or a situation stops moving forward, understand that I am clearing your path so nothing will interfere with what I have prepared for you. Every visible movement will have an unseen route. Get ready for days when your discernment will be essential. There will be moments when what seems obvious will not be true, when what appears safe will not be what I have chosen for you. That is why I am sharpening you so you can recognize the difference between your desires, your fears, and my voice. The clarity that was released 2 hours ago will begin to settle in your spirit like a light that will allow you to see beyond the outward appearance of things. In the coming days, you will notice that some decisions that once filled you with confusion will now be easier to make. You will notice that certain doubts will simply fade away. This is not a coincidence. It is the result of what I moved in your favor. I'm bringing your mind into alignment with my will, your heart into alignment with my purpose, and your spirit into alignment with my timing. Do not be afraid if you feel that everything around you is changing quickly. These changes are not coming to take away your stability, but to give you a deeper kind of stability, one that does not depend on circumstances but on my presence. I am building within you a strength that will withstand what will cause many to tremble. Remember, when the heavens move, the earth responds. And you, who have been called to see, must learn to read those responses. The small things matter. The conversations that suddenly happen, the thoughts that come into your mind without explanation, the unexpected meetings, the silences that once troubled you. Everything has meaning when my hand is at work. My child, you are not walking blindly. I am leading you by the hand. And what began 2 hours ago is only the beginning of a revelation that will guide you into a new season where you will understand why so many things had to be removed, why so much was held back, and why a spiritual shaking was necessary before showing you your next step. Understand this. I allow movements in the heavens for a definite purpose. Every change, every sign, every flash has a message, a reason, and an impact. If you see lightning cross the sky, do not think it is only a natural event. Sometimes it is a sign that the atmosphere is filled with spiritual activity. When the moon changes color, when the stars seem to move in unusual ways, when the sun behaves outside what you consider normal, understand that they are visible reflections of invisible changes. In those moments, my angels move. The forces of darkness tremble, decrees are released, and my will is established through signs that many do not know how to understand. The problem is that too many reduce the heavens to scientific explanations, forgetting that science exists because I brought order to the universe. They try to explain my signs with formulas when the heavens were not created only for analysis but for revelation. The heavens declare my glory, my warnings, my appointed times, my divine appointments, and my judgments. When something unusual happens above, something important is taking place in my plan. Nations feel it, families feel it, the church senses it, and even individual hearts become restless without knowing why. My child, every cosmic alignment, every unusual movement of the planets is like a gear in a great heavenly clock, moving forward toward my eternal purpose. Just as the position of the moon changes the tides, the movements in the heavens affect the emotional and spiritual tides of humanity. There are times when the heavens are filled with spiritual activity, And during those times, many people feel uneasy without understanding why. Some suddenly feel the urge to pray, others feel restless, and others experience inner battles. None of this is a coincidence. They are responses of the human spirit to what is happening in the heavens. There are battles in the heavens that determine peace on the earth. When my angels fight against the forces of darkness, you feel the tension. When the enemy tries to block my blessings, you feel delay. When my heavenly armies come down with long-awaited answers, you feel freedom, clarity, and breakthrough. Nothing that happens above fails to show itself in some way below. That is why I ask you to watch, to pray, and to remain sensitive. When you understand this connection, you walk with wisdom and not with confusion. When the heavens move, seasons change. There are seasons in your life that do not change because of your decisions, but because something changed over you. A door was opened not because you forced it open, but because it was opened from above. A battle became more intense not because of your mistake, but because the heavens went to war over your destiny. A blessing was delayed not because I rejected you, but because there was resistance in the spiritual realm. When you understand this, you will stop blaming yourself for battles that do not begin in the natural world, but in the heavenly one. I want you to see beyond what is visible and understand that your life is deeply connected to the movements of heaven. Nothing that happens in your daily walk stands alone. Everything is part of a greater spiritual reality. What you feel in your heart, that sudden pressure, that unexpected peace, that burden to pray that comes without warning, is not the result of chance. It is your spirit responding to the changes taking place above you. I have taught you to be sensitive because those who ignore this connection walk in confusion, believing that their struggles are only emotional or caused by circumstances. But you, who have been awakened, must recognize when something is moving in the heavens. Sometimes you will feel resistance without explanation, not because you are failing, but because forces of darkness are trying to block what I have already released. At other times you will feel immediate relief, clarity, or sudden joy because my angels have won a battle you never saw. Do not be deceived by the appearance of normal life. Many times what seems like an ordinary day is actually a day filled with heavenly decisions. Every sign above announces a transition below. Every spiritual movement prepares the way for an earthly change. That is why I tell you to watch, to listen, and not to ignore the inner feelings I send you. I am sharpening your discernment so you can recognize when to move forward, when to wait, and when to remain silent. There are moments when the spiritual atmosphere becomes so intense that even the air seems heavy. In those moments, do not blame yourself for feeling tired or distracted. It is because the spiritual world is fighting battles you do not yet understand. Just as the wind announces the coming of a storm, your spirit senses when something great is approaching. And what began 2 hours ago was exactly that, the announcement of a greater change, a shaking that will affect environments, decisions, and paths. Do not be afraid if you suddenly feel that everything around you is settling into a different order. It is part of the divine realignment. I am preparing you to walk with greater authority, so that you will not live reacting to what is visible but responding to what is invisible, so that you will not be driven by the chaos of the world but by the leading of my Spirit. What the heavens began 2 hours ago will continue to unfold in the coming days, and you will recognize it by the deep peace that will remain with you even in the middle of unexpected changes. Many people see the sky as nothing more than a place of clouds and colors, but you cannot live with such a limited view. You must learn to see with eyes of revelation, to understand that the heavens are the place where spiritual realities appear before they touch the earth. Nothing begins here below without first being set in motion in the unseen. Every step forward you receive, every trial you face, every unexpected change has its beginning in a higher realm. When the heavens move, the earth responds. When the heavens come into alignment, destinies come into alignment. When the heavens go to war, battles break out in the lives of people. My child, when you see storms forming in the sky, understand that many storms begin first in the spirit before they appear in the natural world. I do not send storms to punish you but to awaken you. I do not allow disturbances above without a purpose. If you see lightning crossing the sky, do not treat it as only a natural event. Sometimes it is a sign that the atmosphere is full of spiritual activity. When the moon changes colors, when the stars seem to move in unusual ways, when the sun behaves outside its normal course, understand that you are witnessing visible signs of deep spiritual changes. My angels are moving, demons are trembling, decrees are being released, and my will is being established through signs in the heavens. Many people ignore these things. They reduce the heavens to scientific explanations, forgetting that science exists only because I established perfect order in the universe. They believe they can explain my signs with theories, but the heavens were not created to be understood only with the mind. They were created to be discerned with the spirit. The heavens proclaim my glory, my warnings, my appointed times, my divine appointments, and my judgments. Every time something unusual happens above, something important is moving within my plan. Nations feel the effects, families feel the effects, and my church senses the effects. Even the heart of one person can be shaken without knowing why. When a cosmic alignment takes place, when the planets take unusual positions, they are not random events. They are gears moving within the great clock of my eternal plan. Just as the position of the moon influences the tides of the sea, the movements in the heavens affect the tides of human emotions, spiritual sensitivity, and the events of the earth. There are times when the heavens are filled with spiritual activity, and during those times many people feel uneasy without understanding why. Some feel the urge to pray, others a deep unrest, and others a sudden inner battle. These are not coincidences. They are spiritual responses to heavenly movements. There are battles in the heavens that influence the peace of the earth. When my angels fight against the forces of darkness, you feel tension. When the enemy tries to stop the release of my blessings, you feel delay. When my heavenly armies come down with long-awaited answers, you feel freedom, clarity, and breakthrough. Nothing that happens in the heavens fails to reveal itself in some way here below. That is why I tell you, watch, pray, and remain sensitive. When you understand this connection, you will walk with wisdom and not with confusion. When the heavens change, seasons change. There are seasons in your life that do not change because of your decisions, but because something changed over you. A door was opened not because you push it open, but because it was first opened in the heavens. That is why I call you to live awake in the Spirit, because not everything you experience begins on the earth. Much of what you feel is the direct result of movements that began above. When you notice a sudden change in your emotions, when sadness without any clear reason tries to surround your heart, or when unexpected joy comes like a gentle breeze, remember that your spirit is connected to dimensions your eyes cannot see. Do not ignore the inner signs I send you. Sometimes I stir your spirit so you will pray before something happens. Sometimes I give you peace before something changes. Sometimes I wake you during the night because my angels are carrying out movements in your favor, and your spirit senses them before your mind understands them. There are seasons when you will feel pressure without explanation. It is not failure. It is spiritual warfare over your destiny. There are days when you will feel lightness and clarity. It is not a coincidence. It is victory being released in the heavens. That is why I tell you not to see your life only through what is visible. What is visible is only the shadow. The real substance is in the unseen. Do not be confused if friends suddenly drift away, if doors seem to close, or if something you believed was secure begins to shake. Many of those changes do not come from rejection or mistakes, but from spiritual adjustments. I am moving things above to protect you below. I am closing paths that would have led you into weariness. I am moving people who cannot walk with you into your next season, and I am preparing meetings that will be important for your growth. Remember that when the heavens come into alignment, destinies come into alignment as well. And when the heavens go to war, lives feel the shaking, not to destroy you, but to awaken your discernment. When you feel storms within you, seek my presence. When you sense that something is coming even though you cannot yet see it, seek my voice. My child, you were not created to walk in uncertainty. You were created to understand signs, to recognize my timing, and to discern my movements. What began in the heavens was a warning, a call to become aware of the greatness of what I am preparing. In the coming days you will notice how some things begin to become clear without effort. Conversations that were blocked will open, ideas that were confused will fall into place. Paths you could not see before will appear before you. This is not luck. It is spiritual alignment. It is the earthly expression of a heavenly movement. Do not fear the changes that come. Instead, fear not paying attention to my signs, because I will keep speaking, I will keep moving, and I will keep leading. The key is to keep your spirit awake so you do not miss what I am revealing. My child, can you give me just 2 minutes? Don't you know that at this very moment I am pouring out my love over you and surrounding you with my presence, my child? Just 2 hours ago, the heavens shook, and very few noticed it. On the surface everything seemed normal, but in the spiritual realm something moved, something changed. Something was set in motion over your life. While many were asleep, I was speaking. While others ignored the signs, I was lining up paths, closing doors of destruction, and opening ways that no one will be able to shut. What happened 2 hours ago was not a coincidence. It was a direct intervention, a divine adjustment that stopped a plan of darkness from taking shape. There were forces that tried to rise against you, thoughts that wanted to discourage you, and circumstances that tried to confuse your heart. But I came down with authority and said, "Enough." I moved what you could not move. I stopped what you could not stop. I reversed what seemed unavoidable. It all happened quietly, without announcement, without you being aware of it, but it happened because I love you. Now I am calling you to wake up and open your spiritual eyes. Not everything you face is natural. Not every battle can be seen. 2 hours ago I marked a difference in your destiny, a separation between what was and what will soon be. This movement in the heavens was a sign, a reminder that you are not alone, that your life is being watched over, protected, and defended. Get ready, because what has been released in your favor will begin to appear in the coming days. What happened 2 hours ago was greater than you can imagine. An attack coming against your mind was stopped before it reached your heart. A burden trying to fall on your spirit was removed before you could even feel it. I sent my angels to stand between you and what was trying to wear you down. You saw nothing, you heard nothing, but the spiritual world shook in your favor. You thought it was an ordinary day, but there was intense movement in the heavens. There were discussions about your name. There were decrees that were canceled and others that were established. I declared life where the enemy was trying to bring weariness. I declared clarity where he wanted to plant confusion. I declared progress where he wanted to push you backward. I sealed a door that will never be opened again. It was an entrance through which distress had tried to come in again and again, but today it was shut. I also opened a door that you have been waiting for a long time. Even though you cannot see it yet, it is already open in the spiritual realm, and what is open there will be revealed here. Do not doubt what I am doing. Even if you do not understand every move, every change, every unexpected turn, Remember that I see more than you do and protect more than you can imagine. I am leading you away from paths that looked good but were never yours, and I am bringing you closer to what truly belongs to you.